Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled Pathfinder on Mars. So what do we see here? Well, here we see an image from July 4th, 1997. And that was when the Mars Pathfinder landed on the red planet. Now, it did a little bit of a different landing than we're used to. If you're used to looking at landings on the moon, they seem to be very slow, using retro rockets to slow the descent and then gently touch down. It's a little harder on Mars. Mars can be more difficult to land on than our moon because of its atmosphere. So you have atmospheric friction. You've got enough atmosphere that it's an issue that you have to deal with, but not so much atmosphere that normal parachutes work as well as they would, say, here on Earth for landings. So this one was landed a little bit differently, using a parachute to slow it down a little bit, as well as a set of airbags. So it kind of bounced around like a big beach ball for a dozen times or so before finally settling here where we see it, and then sending that picture back to Earth to show that it did land successfully. Now, the craft is there in the foreground, but on top of that is what is known as the Sojourner Rover. This was the first rover to go onto the surface of Mars, and it would later go and travel on the surface. Now, compared to the more recent rovers such as Curiosity and Perseverance, this was tiny. Curiosity and Perseverance are the size of a vehicle, a good size. This was much smaller. This was about the size of a cat. So much, much smaller, but it was a test. It was really the first test of a rover on the surface of Mars to see how well we could control and use that to be able to explore the planet better than we could just from the craft itself. And for the craft, when a craft lands, such as Pathfinder or the earlier Viking spacecraft, once they landed, their location is fixed. They don't get to go look around, and if something is just out of their reach, all they can do is take pictures of it, but they can't actually study it in more detail. With the rovers like Sojourner here, we're able to then explore and move slowly around the surface of the planet, giving us a better idea of what's going on and allowing us to study objects that we would otherwise not be able to. So this was the first in a series of rovers on Mars. This was the first one. Then we had Spirit and Opportunity, which also explored and are now no longer in the service. And currently the two exploring Mars would be Curiosity and Perseverance that are still exploring Mars to this day. So this was really that first one taking place 29 years ago today. So that was our picture of the day, titled Pathfinder on Mars. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Painting Iapetus. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.